My name is Stella. I am 46 years old. My life is simple and quiet. I have a job in an office. I often work long hours. Because of all the work, I am always tired. I feel like a machine that only works, eats, and sleeps. I feel very lonely. One day, I left the office very late. It was midnight. Usually, I go straight home, but that night I stopped walking. I looked at a building nearby. It was a bar. I said to myself, Stella, you need to relax. I decided to go inside. I walked to the bar counter. I asked for a drink. I found a small table in the corner. I sat down alone with my drink. I watched the people dance. I watched the couples talk closely. Then a young man walked over to my table. He asked if he could sit down. I said yes. He told me his name was Pete and he was 23 years old. I felt a big difference in our ages, but I did not say anything. He was young and handsome. Pete was not nervous to talk to me. He looked at me and said, "You look very beautiful tonight." I was very surprised. I laughed a little because I felt shy. Usually, I felt invisible when I went out. But tonight, Pete made me feel seen. He asked me questions about my life. He listened carefully when I answered. Pete was flirting with me and I knew it. For many years, I only thought of my work. Now, I thought of myself. I felt like a woman again. I forgot that I was 46 years old. I forgot my problems and my loneliness. I only focused on Pete's smile. Pete asked me to dance. I felt nervous, but he took my hand and led me to the middle of the room. He pulled me close to him. I had not been this close to a man in many years. I tried to look away, but I could not. I kept looking at Pete's face. I began to blush. Pete looked into my eyes. He kissed me. My heart beat fast. I knew I should stop this, but I did not want to return to my lonely life. I said to Pete, "Let's get out of here." Pete smiled. He did not ask where we were going. He simply nodded his head. So we left the bar. We were alone now. We walked quickly toward my apartment. I knew this might be a big mistake, but I did not care. Pete looked at me like I was the only woman in the world. He made me feel young again. We arrived at my small apartment and went inside. We talked for a long time. Then we went to sleep. Pete slept beside me. I felt safe. The next morning, I looked at Pete. He was still sleeping next to me. I told myself that this was just one night and everything would be fine. Then suddenly, I heard a sound, a key turning in the lock. I froze. It was my daughter's key. My heart stopped. I could not breathe. My daughter was supposed to be away for the whole weekend. Why was she home now? I knew I was in big trouble. I pushed Pete inside the closet in my bedroom. I closed the door quickly. My daughter said, "Mother, are you awake?" I tried to look normal. I opened the front door. My hands were shaking. My daughter came inside. She began to walk toward my bedroom. I needed to stop her. The closet door was closed, but Pete was hiding there. I quickly said, "Wait, do you want some tea or coffee?" She said no, and she went into the kitchen. This was my only chance. I opened the closet door. I said to Pete, "You must go now." Pete nodded his head. He moved toward the front door. I thought the problem was over, but then he stopped near the door. He gave me a strange look. He said, "Your daughter is cute too." I could not move. My face burned. I felt anger and shame. I pointed at the door with my finger. I told him, "Stay away from me. Do not come back." I pushed him out of the apartment quickly and locked the door. I went to the kitchen and tried to look normal again. My daughter asked me if everything was okay. I just smiled and said yes. I knew I had made a big mistake. I hoped he would forget me and this morning forever. The next day, my doorbell rang. I opened the door. It was Pete. He looked happy. He did not talk about the night we spent together. He only talked about money. He said, "I need some money now." I felt confused. I thought if I give him money, he will leave me alone. So I gave him some cash. It was not a lot of money, but it was all I had. I told him, "Take this now. Please go and do not come back here again." He took the money quickly and walked away, but Pete did not go away forever. He came back to my apartment the next week. Pete came back again the week after that. Every time he asked for more money, I started to feel angry, but also more scared. I tried to tell him no more, but he would not listen to me. Pete started to change his words. His words became threats. Pete said, "Stella, you must give me what I need today." I shook my head and said, "I do not have more money for you." He said, "If you do not give me the money, I will tell your daughter everything." My heart stopped. He knew my greatest fear. He knew I was afraid of losing my daughter's love. This was blackmail. I was scared of him. My life was breaking because of one bad decision. Every day, Pete asked for more money. I gave him money, but the fear did not leave. I told many lies to my daughter. I could not continue living with the secrets. So one night, I told my daughter everything. My eyes filled with tears. I cried because I was ashamed. I thought my daughter would be angry at me for being foolish, but she did not scream. She listened to every word I said. She was angry at Pete for hurting me. She said, "Mom, that man is terrible. We must stop him." She hugged me and said, "You are safe now, Mother. You are not alone in this." The next day was difficult. I knew Pete would come back. My daughter was with me. She waited with me in the living room. We heard a knock at the door. It was Pete. My daughter walked quickly to Pete. I saw the anger in her eyes. She said, "Stop. You must stop this now. You need to leave us alone." Pete looked shocked. He did not expect to see her. He did not expect her to speak. He saw that he had lost. His game was over. My daughter said, "Go now, and never come back to this apartment. Never call my mother again." Pete said nothing. He knew he could not win against both of us. He walked away. My daughter turned around and looked at me. She did not need to speak. I knew what she meant. We sat together on the sofa. We did not talk much, but we were close. That day I realized that keeping secrets holds you down, but the truth is strong. My daughter's love and the truth had set me free from Pete and my own fear. I was ready to start a new life. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.